Under normal circumstances, you probably go to the gym to work out, to the library to read, write, and study, and stay at home. But let's say you'd prefer doing things from home now. But home is also full of 1,000,001 distractions because home is historically where people have gone to relax. So you got messes, musical instruments, your bed, your console, your fridge. All these damn distractions, and if you've never had to deal with keeping distractions out of home before, you're probably gonna have a hard time. So that's what this video is going to be about. How to not get distracted at home. So, I think the first step you can take in regards to keeping distractions out is having a space that you can keep them out of. I have used a couch, a bed, a dinner table, and a balcony, and I'm on my current choice, which is a desk rug combo. If your workspace damages your spine, you're probably going to have a hard time staying in your workspace. But in keeping distractions out, it's not with anything in the workspace itself, it's with the energy of the workspace. And that energy stemming from the time it spends separate from the rest of the routines and tendencies of the rest of the house. A good micro example of this is how if you give into the temptation to play games in your workspace, how you'll progressively more encounter that temptation in your workspace. Or in the reverse, if you work in a space where you usually do other things than work, how you'll probably be reminded to do what you usually do in that space, like sleeping or watching anime. And that's because what you've done in any given space distracts you from what you're doing in that space. And moreover, you'll find the same thing goes for if you decide to watch YouTube or bring your phone into your space, or anything else in opposite to its purpose. On the other hand though, in withstanding these temptations in those spaces, you actually work to refine the spirit of your space. So, I suppose, yay, problem solved. Now with your workspace rug or desk, you've got a nice clean space to work in, and to keep clean, keep comfy, but also to try and keep people out of, because people tend to naturally default to wasting your time. I don't think they mean to. Actually, hell if I know, they might. But vice versa, you might also be a slave to people's suggestions. Like if someone asks you, hey, you want to play a game of Frog Smashers real quick? Or hey, you want to cut my grass real quick?
About 1/8 of an acre.
And you're not prepared to say no, or you don't have a reason to say no, then you're probably going to do it without a second thought. So in that sense, I think it's necessary to know what you're doing with your time, to know what exceptions you're not going to make, and to be prepared to actually say no to people when the event comes up. Or to say all of that in another way, to know your boundaries. People will respect your boundaries if you know them and if you apply them. Unless they're assholes, at which point you should probably disassociate. But then still, maybe you're still going to get distracted because you're experiencing some sort of resistance and you want to escape your work. And you might be hearing whispers in the back of your mind saying things like, hey, maybe we should go and get some food. Or, hey, maybe we should go vacuum the whole house. Or try out that new Minecraft update with the nether pigs. And the nether pigs. And the trees. Or go on Tinder. You know, Tinder probably counts as a people distraction. So to counter those temptations, I'm going to use the analogy of making a bed. Something I've noticed is that when I don't make my bed in the morning, I gravitate toward it throughout the day. But by making my bed, that gravitation and discomfort drops without me even needing to exert any effort. And I think that's because by folding my bed, I am performing a ritual to embody resisting it. Or to say that in another way, by folding my bed, instead of me having to resist it, the bed resists me. I know that's a little bit woo-woo, but I hope you get my point. And I use this analogy in a lot of ways. When I'm done working, I put my computer into my rug so that I don't compulsively reach for it when I wake up or whatever. I put my phone across the room for the same reason. For my digital workspace, I clean up my browser by stuffing my previous sessions into bookmark folders. If I'm listening to something I'd like to listen to later, I just create a folder with the timestamp as its name. And just for distractions in general, I get in the habit of writing things down that I want to do or search up later. Like if I have a fantastic idea for something I want to search up, I could just postpone it for later. Yeah. For me, all these workspace little tips and tricks, they're essential. But to address the elephant in the room, I don't think they're foolproof. Because you can bypass passwords, you can deconstruct your habits, you can ignore your boundaries. In fact, you probably will. And that is a part of the process, because it's not about getting rid of distractions now. It's about moving into a direction where you won't even need to. And that's something that requires something I can't give advice for. The effort. If you like this video or found it useful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, because if you do so, the algorithm finds me in its good graces and launches me into more people's faces, possibly helping them in the process of getting out of their distractive death spiral. I'd also love to hear the little rituals or systems you guys use to avoid distractions. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. It's fine to record the same thing over and over again. You fucking bitch! Hey! 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 Go upstairs! You know, I look so dead when I'm reading the script.
Like, you know, the difference is so subtle. Like how many frames a second you need. And you can make probably $50,000 on that. You know, just those two things. Obviously.
Please don't eat in your workspace.